Over here. I asked Coach Smart about Rhode Island high school football. He said you're extremely proud of it. Are you the best football player to come from the state of Rhode Island?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't consider myself the best, obviously, but um, on paper that's what it says, but there's so much talent coming out of that little state, that, I don't want to give myself all the praise. There's a lot of talent that goes overlooked and everything, especially at all different positions. So can't call myself the greatest, but there's a lot of talent there.
Obviously, Xavier, you guys are undefeated at this point and playing well as a line with you at right tackle. We see Amarius is getting closer and closer to coming back.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? How quickly can you make the transition back to left guard if needed to?
Mm-hmm.
And is there any concern about kind of messing with the mojo at this point?
I don't think so. I think, we get a good rotation, as we have over the past 2 years, consistently at practice. If you guys are out there, you'll see, everybody, works at every position across the board. Guards flip, tackles flip. We all play different positions. So as far as being ready, I think I'm ready to play anywhere across the line. But, that's up to the coaches at the end of the day, and I'm just excited to, get my chance to get out there.
Xavier, we heard a lot about Missouri's defensive line last week.
Yeah.
Just how would you evaluate how the offensive line played on Saturday?
Yeah, definitely I think there were things, we have to tighten up on, as there are every week. Shout out to Missouri, that is, a great defense, a great team as a whole. It's probably one of the best teams we played so far, all around. And, that D-line, we knew they were going to be, tough all week, and, they were in the game. And I think it's just all about moving forward, watching that film, as we did yesterday, we're going to do today, and just moving forward and getting ready for this week.
Xavier, to your left. How emotional do you think it will be Saturday for the seniors? Final game between the hedges, and what do you think this class will be remembered as?
I think, it's going to be a super emotional game, as it was last year, because last year a lot of the guys that I came in with left as well, and, there's a few of us left in this year, and it's just, it's a long time coming, These 5 years have flown by, and it's just, watching everybody grow beside me and everybody come and go. It's just been amazing, and, I know it's going to be a great atmosphere for my last game in Sanford, and I'm excited for it.
Xavier, how did you grade out this past Saturday in run blocking and pass pro? And secondly, what have you looked at on Ole Miss on tape? What have you seen?
Yeah, so we haven't checked the grades yet. We're going to meet. I don't think the grades have been posted. We're going to go and meet, after this. So I'll see how I did after this. I watched a little bit of film, but, we're going to meet as a group and watch it today. And what was the second part? Sorry.
What have you seen from Ole Miss?
They're aggressive on the defense. They got a great all-around defense, linebackers, DBs, D-line all around. So it's another, SEC opponent. It's always aggressive week in, week out playing in the SEC. So we're going to get in there, watch film today, and, excited.
Xavier, how do you guys maintain the hunter edge? We always hear Coach Smart talk about being the hunters, not the hunted, and yet everybody's looking at your win streak. Everybody's calling out upsets for Georgia. Everybody's sick with you guys winning. How do you guys kind of keep your edge in a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, you don't pay attention to those, outside factors, We have our team mottos and we stick to it. We know what's important and what, the older guys especially know what it takes to win. And every week we try to be a player-led team, We have a lot of great leaders that try to keep us on track. And, it's another exciting week. We got another exciting opponent, and it's going to be another great week of practice.
Xavier, what was your reaction when you found out this was going to be a night game, and what impact do you think that will have with the crowd?
With the crowd, I think, Sanford fills up. People show up and show out for the game. I don't think it matters what time. I remember, if you guys remember, a couple years back we played Arkansas. It was a noon game, and, that was pretty electric, that game. So, I don't think it matters what time we play. I'm just excited, to play the opponent.
Xavier, what did you tell when you got injured a couple weeks ago and Monroe Freeling goes in? Did you talk to him before he went in?
Yeah, of course. Try to give the young guy, some confidence going in. I think that was his second or third time getting in. So just, making sure that he just remembers his technique. And, he's a great player. That man, Monroe, is a special player, and he's only going to continue to get better. So, yeah, I got to pull him aside just like the older guys did when I went in the game when I was a younger guy. So, just trying to be that leader.
Xavier, one follow-up on the senior day question. Who's going to be walking with you, and who's one guy maybe really tough on the outside, but is going to break down when they hug Kirby for that final time?
Yeah, definitely me, probably. Just being in the moment, I think it'll definitely hit me then. And I have a lot of family, coming down for that game, too many to count. So I have a lot of people out in that field. But mom, dad, and sisters will be out there beside me, Yeah, it'll be exciting.
Yeah, whether it be us in the media or fans, they always want to compare you guys to the previous two championship teams. But what makes this 2023 team different from those other two through the first 9 games of the season?
I think just having so much, to prove, not to anybody else, but, to ourselves, week in and week out. And, there's always going to be, hype, every week in and week out. But just, being able to focus on ourselves this year and not compare ourselves. Let everybody else, if everybody else wants to compare us on the outside, they can compare us. But new team, new players, it's a new year, new season, new opponents, and just being able to lock in and have that focus, especially with these. We have a lot more younger guys, I think, getting some playing time this year, and it's been important to instill that in those guys.
Truss, we talked a lot about the Senior Bowl activities. You're currently playing right next to a senior in Tate Ratledge. You played a lot of time next to Sedrick Van Pran. What is your relationship with those guys, and how much does it mean that, this is a potential last game you're going to get to play in Sanford with those guys?
Yeah, I mean, that actually, that definitely makes it just that more special. And those are some of the guys that I've been here the longest with that are still here. So those are the guys I, cry, sweat, bleed with every day. So just one more time, under the lights, between the hedges at Sanford, playing next to those guys, it's going to mean that much more.
We're 10, 11 weeks into the season now. Just what have you learned about Coach Bobo, kind of, A, his personality, and B, his philosophy?
Yeah, I think Coach Bobo is going to, draw up the right play. Every time for us, it's just, going to come down to our offense, to execute and everybody to do their job. I think personally, Coach Bobo gives some of the best, hype speeches before the game. At halftime, I think he gets us fired up and ready to play, better than, or just as well as anybody else, does and has in my, playing career. So I'll give the props to Coach Bobo for, getting us in the right mindset to go play.
Got time for 2 more questions?
Yeah, Xavier. I think you're going to end up playing in over 45 games, close to 50 games, starting north of 40. Did you ever think you were going to have this, fruitful of a career at Georgia?
Definitely. I didn't know what to expect, honestly, as a freshman coming down. I definitely, had dreams of, having a great career here, and it's panned out. I had to be patient, obviously, for a long time here, but, besides that, everything else has worked out. It's just all about being patient, thanking God every day. I'm at an amazing place, and I'm just, glad to be where I'm at.
Is Nazir still smiling ear to ear, and is he still telling everybody how fast he is and how talented he is with the ball in his hands?
Yeah, so Nazir's locker is he's 2 over from mine. So, I got to see him yesterday during our workout, and I just, as soon as he came in, he had a big smile on his face. So I was like, man, you got to turn them afterburners on, man. It looked like he was stepping in wet cement out there, but I'm happy for Nazir, and, he gets to, smile for as long as he wants to after a play like that. Yeah.
Thank you, Xavier.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys.